Hello, and welcome to the practice problems for the perimeter of composite figures. So we're going to do just a few problems in here to show and help us to remember what we were doing with the composite figures. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. And then you'll have the practice problem worksheet that you need to do, which has the answers in Google Classroom. You can pull up the worksheet and then you can draw them on a second sheet of paper if you want, or you can kind of take a look at it over there if you need to, but you will need to do something on paper to calculate because we'll be using the Pythagorean theorem as well as looking at seeing what the missing parts are on our perimeter. So let me explain. So if you have not done the Do Now, please go back to Google Classroom and do the Do Now. That helps me with a lot of things besides being a grade. It helps me with attendance. It helps me to see and give information to you in a clear manner, hopefully. Today, what we're going to be doing is that here's our objective, the perimeter with composite figures. I think I have 3 now practice problems. And then the worksheet is in Google Classroom. As I said, answer the questions in Google Classroom. And I'm not sure about this due date, so I'm going to just cross that out and use the due date that's on the form in Google Classroom. Okay, so here we go. So this is our first problem. It's a pretty standard one in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this and we're going to highlight the sides that have a number associated with it. So this one right here has a number associated with it, 14. This one here has a number associated with it, that's 8. Here's 1. And then there's missing one right here. So this one right here is missing, and then we go up to the top and we have 5, and then we have 5 right here, and 5. And 3, and then again another one that's missing. So we are going to be looking for those 2 specific areas. So when we do this, we're going to we'll do the one across. You see that it's a total of 14. So it's a total of 14. So when we do that, we're going to have this side right here. I'll go back. This side right here is 1. Plus this side right here is 5, plus this side right here plus 5, plus whatever this is should equal 14. Because if we were to drop those down, you can see that this is our question mark, here's our 5, here's our other 5, and here's our 1. So if we put this all together, we can see that this is 11 plus, we'll call it x, is equal to 14. And then subtract 11 from both sides, x equals 3. So this value right now becomes 3. This line right here is 3. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to take a look at this. I'm going to use a different color. Let me see what I'll use. How about we use I'll use a darker color, blue. So in here, we don't have a total. So we have, in this side, we have 8 right here. And we have 8 right here. And then we have our unknown. So we have 8 plus something is going to equal, and then we do the same thing on the other side. We have 5 here, and 3 and 2. 5, 3, and 2. So 5 plus 3 plus 2. So this tells us that this is 8, 9, 10. 8 plus something is equal to 10, and we can see that x is equal to 2. So this value up here is 2. Okay, so now we're going to add up all of our sides. We're going to go starting at our 14, and we're going to go around. I like to go clockwise just to keep track of what's going on. So the total perimeter is 14 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2. And then we're just going to add all those up and put them together. So 14 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 45. And it's centimeters, not centimeters squared, not centimeters cubed, just centimeters. So that's our section where we're putting together. We look for the missing sides. Okay. So you remember these were a little more tricky. So we're looking at in here, we're going to do the exact same thing. Now, this one has a lot of information in it. And when we do this, we're going to look at what we want. So this is why I tell you to do the line. So we're going to be looking, and I'm going to start for the 12 over here because I can see that this is exactly what I need to look for. So this is 12. And I know this clearly is 6. I know this clearly is 10. So the other two, I don't know as clearly. I mean, it is pretty clear if you were to look at it, but we're going to be talking about this. So this is our congruency marks. So if this is 10, then this must be 10. So the question becomes, where's the 24? So if we drop this down right here, you can see that if we bring this down, this is 16 centimeters. So why do they have 24 here? Well, if we needed the area, we would have to find the altitude right here of our section. And then we can see that's 24 minus 16, which is 8. But that is inside. That's inside our figure, so we don't need to do that. So no this. So then our total perimeter is 12 plus 16 plus 10 plus 10 plus 16. So we want only that outside edge. That's what perimeter is. 12 plus 16 plus 20 plus 16 is 64. 64 centimeters. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 52, or 62, yeah, 64. Just checking my calculator work here. So that's what we're looking at. The total perimeter is the 64. Again, it's just the edge on the outside. Okay, so in here, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put our highlighter on, and we're going to do our values that we know specifically. So we know this one is 48, and we know that this one is 15. So we know those are the only two that we know. So when we're going back in here, we need to figure out this one here. I'll put it in a different color. Right here. And we need to figure out our curved surface. So let's take the one that's in red here. So we need to do our Pythagorean theorem. So how do we figure stuff out? So we do a little dotted line down here. So if this is 30, then this must be 18. And then if this is 15, then this right here must be 15. And we have our right angle. So this is a quadrilateral right here. You can see, I'm hoping you can see my little dot. And I have the opposite sides of quadrilateral are equal. And then we have the same property that we're using here. If this is 30, then this bottom line to this point right here must be 30. So we take our Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have 15 squared plus 18 squared equals c squared. So 15 squared is 225 plus 18 squared is 324 equals c squared. Add those together and we get 549. And then because we have it 549 is equal to c squared, we're going to take the square root of both sides. And we have 23.4. 23.4 equals C. So that value goes right here, 23.4. Okay, now looking at this right here, what do we do with that curved surface? So we should see that that is the circumference. C equals 2 pi r. Now, if you do not know that, if you don't know the circumference, the formula will be given to you, but that's the formula for the circumference. So we need to know what the radius is. So we do have right here our diameter. Our diameter is equal to 30. That means our radius is equal to 15. So the circumference is equal to 2 times our button pi. Remember, we're trying to use our button pi because it helps us with our ACT, and times 15 gives us our answer. So that gives us 94.2. 94.2. So hopefully you're looking at this and you're like waiting for me to say, yes, it is a semicircle. This is a semicircle. And we just found the circumference for the total circle. So we have to divide this by 2. And that gives us 47.1. So now this whole arc right here is 47.1. So our total perimeter is 15 plus 47.1 plus 23.4 plus 48. Don't use any number that's inside. That would be 30, the 15. And even though this is 18 right here, we're capturing that whole 18 in our 48. You could do 18 plus 30 if you wanted to, but I just used the whole 48. So we have 15 plus 47.1 plus 23.4 plus 48 is equal to 133.5. I'm going to check that again. So 15 plus 47.1 plus 23.4 plus 48 gives us, 133.5, and then our answer is in meters. Okay, that's what I have for you today. Hopefully this will help you to be successful on the homework problems, and it'll end our standard that we just been working on like forever. Thanks. Bye.